Disney have announced the opening dates for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I'm Dan from ThemeParkNut.com, and today we are going to watch the announcement video for the very first time and react to it. Okay, so very early in the morning, last night Australian time, technically yesterday US time, is confusing, but Disney have announced the opening dates for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it is massively earlier than anyone expected. Now, I have read little bits and pieces about this, but I haven't watched the actual announcement video that went along with the shareholders meeting, so I'm interested to see if there's any extra details in there, and at the end I can share with you a couple of the details that I've heard along the wire as well. So, let's get into it. Alright. So it's called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, to open May 31st at Disneyland Resort and August 29th at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Let's go. Oh, the Falcon. Yep. The Galaxy. Oh, that is so beautiful. Is closer. Yeah. That looks really cool. Wow. Is that real footage?
Galaxy's Edge, opening May 31st at Disneyland Resort and August
Notes at the bottom
at Walt Disney World Resort.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's consistent to what I thought we were going to see out of that. So, again, August 29th at Hollywood Studios is... So what I'd heard on the rumor mill was that they were aiming for the week before Thanksgiving. Right? So whether that was in play at some point, I'm not sure. The key thing that's different, and it's in the small fine print at the bottom of those ads, is that the Rise of the Resistance is not going to be part of these two openings of the land. So clearly there's a problem with Rise of the Resistance. And again, even May 31st, like everyone had been predicting June 23rd. For the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, May 31st, that's weeks earlier. So, now there are some things on there about reservations required and details to be announced for the Walt Disney World one, so I know that there are going to be some restrictions. I'm wondering, I guess, if this is really just an announcement of a soft opening, which would be unusual, but given that it did take place in a shareholders call, maybe they're trying to boost it up or do the opposite, right? Because they knew they were going to announce a delay to Rise of the Resistance, we're going to open it when they were actually planning to soft open it, if that makes sense, but have really big restrictions around the opening. But the actual footage in the ride, Rise of the Resistance, again, because it's so much computer graphics, it's hard to tell what's real on ride footage, but there's a couple of shots there of, kids in the actual vehicles, and look, if half of that was real, that ride is going to be extraordinary. I personally am a little bit concerned. I think if they're going to do reservations, like I've heard today that was the plan for Disneyland, they're going to have to keep that number fairly low, because even though there's lots of things outside of the attractions in this land, like food and interactivity and whatever, the two rides are essentially what's going to hold the massive crowd that comes in. So without the bigger of the two of those rides, it's going to be really interesting how that works. I guess we can hope that Rise of the Resistance isn't far away, that maybe it's going to debut in the weeks after what the public opening's going to be, and help take some of that capacity away. Oh look, it's just terribly exciting that they've brought these dates forward, or seemingly brought these dates forward. Particularly for Walt Disney World, that's so much further forward than I expected. But having said that, I will give a shout out to Courtney at Just a Magic Minute, who did call this about 2 weeks ago, saying that, is this actually going to open far earlier than we think? And I was skeptical. She and I talked about it, right? But I was skeptical. And look, it's even earlier than she was anticipating, because we were talking about September. So this is extraordinary. It's extraordinary. So excellent little teaser video. Love the new footage. Very excited to see the land. Totally bummed that Rise of the Resistance didn't have anything to do with that and isn't going to be there on open. But still, whoever's going to hit those opening days on May 31st and August 29th are going to have a wonderful time. And that's it for my reaction to the opening date announcements for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the section down below. On Friday, we'll be back with our regular theme park news in a minute video, so tune in for that. In the meantime, check us out on Twitter at ThemeParkNut, or our blog is themeparknut.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, cheers!